Hi Capricorns, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot weekly tarot for the week of November 6th through November 12th. This coming out right at the beginning, really go with the flow, okay? This is going to be a very, very heavy week. And for earth signs, you're probably going to feel that heaviness a lot, all right? Because especially you Capricorn, I mean, your energy is attached to that Capricorn paradigm that is crumbling right now. So do your best to go with the flow when the time need is called for it. And remember that Saturn just turned direct in Pisces. And so everything that we have been reflecting on when it comes to challenges and blocks, like there's something, go back to mid-June and see some themes or patterns related to a block, a fear, a challenge, like you can't break through, right? And like you've been trying to get through this specific issue and like you're just not getting what you need. Well, now that Saturn is turning direct, we are going to be getting some benevolent energy from the universe that's really helping us when we work with the challenges, right? We build our resilience and now we can be guided forward. Also a reminder that that new moon in Scorpio is next week, right at the beginning of the week on the 13th. It's indicating big risks, so be very, very mindful because impulsive behavior, when we don't have our shadow healed, if you will, it can influence us to take some risks that put us back into old toxic patterns, okay? So really be mindful of the energy that comes up attached to old patterns, right? Attached to an old way of life. And the biggest part too about this card is the empathy, the compassion. And the biggest theme, I think, from the Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in November is hard work and compassion, okay? And so the compassion is that missing part of the Capricorn paradigm, right? I mean, Capricorn's hard work is one of your biggest themes. And when it comes to the Capricorn paradigm that we've all been living in, unfortunately, the compassion has been lacking. So now that we are seeing its shadow side as the collective, we're definitely seeing the collective shadow side, we can really move forward to this Aquarian age of liberation with empathy and compassion, okay? Because those old beliefs, yeah, they have to come to an end. So it is Scorpio season. This is ruled by Scorpio. And we need to shed our skin, if you will, when it comes to these old belief patterns that are attached to that old paradigm. You know, rules for me, none for thee. There's only so much pie. And it's actually fascinating because there's this meme that said something about a pizza party, right? And they were talking about America, and it sums up America. So like there's a pizza party. You have one person who takes 3 pieces of pizza because they think the pizza might run out. And then you have somebody who takes 1 piece of pizza because they're worried that the pizza might run out, right? So there's 2 ways that we think of it. And the old Capricorn paradigm is, I better grab 3 pieces because it's going to run out and I need to have what I want. And then there's the other person who goes, oh, I want to make sure everybody has what they have. So I'll just take 1 piece. And that's like the Aquarian age, right? So see where you are in that mindset. And again, this isn't to arise any guilt, shame, or fear because all of that is from our shadow side. All of that is from our childhood conditioning, okay? There are reasons why we think the way we think. There are reasons why we feel the way we feel. But we don't need to allow that conditioning to make the decisions, okay? Because it's really preventing you from experiencing life the way you're meant to experience, okay? So this is going to be, I think, a really pivotal new moon for you. So hopefully this week will prepare you for that. But energetically speaking, there's a lot of heaviness. So yeah, with that liberation, make sure that, you know, you have the self-discipline and the courage to really move forward. A reminder, the biggest thing to look at is the themes in your life since mid-June, okay? And for you Capricorns, I mean, it's been a big transformation because at the beginning of July, we had that full moon in Capricorn. And that's really what like activated a lot of that final countdown, if you will, of the Capricorn paradigm crumbling, all right? But it's really welcoming in some really positive emotional nourishment for your inner child, okay? and unlocking this too at the at the end of it, right? So your extended November, which will be linked at the end of this video, really was some really powerful energy. And most specifically for you is when Capricorns unlock their shadow, when Capricorns don't just face their shadow, but embrace their shadow, the collective impact that has, because we are in a paradigm that is under your sign, okay? So the more Capricorns that do that shadow work, that embrace their shadow, that reclaim their power, you know, in an Aquarian age type of mind thinking, it's going to be extremely powerful. So remind yourself, you do have the power to change the world, and all of us individually, you know, raising the collective's energy. Yeah, I mean, this is huge transformation, Capricorns, okay? So with great power comes great responsibility, right? And that great responsibility is connected to all of our parts in the collective and raising our collective vibration. And like I said, I mean, that new moon is going to be really powerful, okay? So, and a reminder, new moons, new intentions, you know what I mean? New beginnings, new paths. So that's not a time for necessarily releasing. We want to focus on the things that we want to come to fruition, okay? All right. So let us see. What do we have for Capricorns for November 6th through November 12th, 2023? Yeah, Capricorns, this Aquarian age really unlocks a completion in your life. And not a completion like you're done, but a completion of some very big, and I don't even think lesson's the word I want to say, but it's definitely some challenge. And like I said, Saturn is connected to challenges, right? And so there's some big completion coming. So give yourself a pat on the back, okay? Perfect. Amazing. That makes sense. Okay. So last week's energy coming into this week is the World card. This is feeling your place in the universe. And this is exactly the energy we need, like I said, with what November's extended explained of the power that you have right now. This is feeling your place in the universe. This is ruled by Saturn. So like I said, Saturn turning direct last week has a very, very, very big impact on you. However, if we're not doing that shadow work, it can really bite us in the butt, okay? So this is synchronicities. Again, karmic completion, something coming to an end, feeling your place in the universe. And this ending isn't like a relationship or career, whatever, coming to an end. It's just the end of something from your shadow that has been taking the lead. Okay, and so again, this is taking off the mask, right? Showing yourself to the world exactly who you are and feeling really liberated by that. And because of that, people are looking at you differently too, right? This is the Six of Wands is Jupiter and Leo, and this is about that recognition, fame, glory, success, right? The pride in deserving what you have, right? So you want to enjoy the recognition you deserve, okay? And so if we have unresolved shadow work to do, unfortunately, those thoughts of I don't deserve this, you know what I mean? Like things like that, they can creep up. All right? So we really need to be mindful just because of what's coming next week. But you're really being lifted up energetically. So like I said, whatever this completion is in your life that is allowing you to just step out there, it's really allowing you to raise your vibration. But unfortunately, sometimes, like I said, we tend to have a sense of self-sabotage that our shadow pulls us back, okay? So we're going to clarify these. But the root of it is always the shadow, okay? Like all of this power struggles, power struggles you're probably going to see in your relationships at work, right? It all comes from inside though, okay? And that's what the wonderful thing about shadow work is, we get to see that. And this is again ruled by Saturn. So this is actually fascinating because this is Jupiter in Leo, right? Jupiter, expansion, luck, talent, okay? And this is Saturn in Leo. Saturn, challenges, blocks, fears. And again, I think the challenge too is the confidence. There's something pulling at you that's connected to your shadow where you lack confidence for some reason. And so a reminder, you're not going to get that confidence, that fulfillment from other people. You might get it temporarily, but at the end of the day, it has to come from within, okay? So let us clarify the world card. All right, why is the world card here last week for Capricorns? Why is the world card here last week? Okay. Yeah, we're going to actually do another shuffle, but it is really about something that's been holding, sorry about that. Something that's been holding you back is finally being released with that Saturn direct, okay? But it's always a choice, you know, the tarot, astrology, it's always a choice on how we utilize the energy that's gifted to us, okay, Capricorns? Because even, like, we don't even always see these opportunities that are given to us because we're always, you know, necessarily, like, sometimes we're closed off from it, okay? Or when our shadow's taking the lead, we're not even seeing the out because we're in the comfort of what we know, even if, again, if what we know is not good for us. Yeah, you're really feeling the sun is everything, okay? This is fire, and it's confidence and gratitude and just blissfulness, okay? So like you're really elevated right now. Something last week really boosted your confidence, okay? And so that's what I said, like I'm really thinking that something connected to your shadow is connected to confidence and lack thereof. And so when we get this high elevation, if we haven't faced our shadow and then finally embraced it, our shadow is going to pull us back down into the comforts of what it knows, okay? So why is the Six of Wands here this week for Capricorns? Why is the Six of Wands here this week for Capricorns? All right, why is the Six of Wands here this week for Capricorns? Interesting. Okay, so the Six of Coins is ruled by Moon and Taurus, and something around the time of that partial lunar eclipse in the full moon in Taurus at the end of October is related to your finances and karma. And the most important thing about this is really, really looking into your relationship with money, because your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others is a reflection of your relationship with money. Okay. And like too, like even holding this card and like seeing the light from the sun, there's something getting activated in there. And so you might be seeing too, when you are in that, you know, boost of confidence, like everything aligns. But then again, if you start to have that doubt and then it like, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden your finances, you know, something happens there. And so maybe it's making the connections between that. But we're going to really need to clarify this Five of Wands because, again, next week is that new moon in Scorpio, and that new moon in Scorpio indicates taking big risks. So we really have to be mindful of our energetic alignment if we are feeling the impulse to take some risks, okay? So let's clarify the Five of Wands next week. Why is the Five of Wands here for Capricorns? All right, why is the Five of Wands here for Capricorns? Why is the Five of Wands here for Capricorns? Okay. All right, so I'm going to first pull these, and then I'm going to talk about these three cards. So the Five of Wands, like this is definitely having to do with your finances and your health, okay? This is also ruled by Aries and Taurus, but This is dependable, successful, really loyal energy. And I'm getting an indication, because the kings are, or the court cards are definitely people in our lives. I'm getting the indication of like, this is that power struggle, right? This is who you want to be, and you have everything aligned to be that, but something is blocking you. And what's blocking you is from your shadow. Okay, so it's like you keep getting to this place, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, you know what I mean? But if we can just do that shadow work, which a reminder, if you go back to September readings, I linked a really wonderful shadow work journal that prompts, it has writing prompts. It's almost like Mad Libs where you fill in the blanks. And when we can face the truth, and facing the truth isn't being, again, no guilt, shame, or fear. That's part of the shadow, keeping itself safe. You are who you are because of how you were raised, and there's no shame in that, right? But it's blocking you. It's almost like you get this like knee-jerk reaction to like jump into this hoarding energy. Okay, because if you notice too, like he has, I'm sorry, this is the Four of Coins, and this is you. Okay, sorry. Before I said the moon in Taurus, that's not even what this card is. This is Sun in Capricorn. Apologies for that. But this is still contemplating your relationship with money. And like this is that hoarding energy is part of the old Capricorn paradigm. So it's from your shadow, right? So that's something to think about, is how our relationship with money is affected by our relationship with ourselves, with our relationship with others. But this is who you want to be. This is how you want to be perceived. But unfortunately, like this is the energy that is within, okay? And you can break this. So this is what's fascinating, because there, again, Scorpio new moon, there is a whole new fresh start that's being gifted to you. But when we're blocked, when we think that we're out of control of our situation, and we're not, okay? And when you can't keep, you got to keep your vibration high. And I just think that that your shadow really has a hold on you. So please do the shadow work. YouTube, wonderful, great resource. But yeah, it's interesting because both of these are in contrast of each other, right? I guess not really, because I mean, Leo energy can show that, but this is who you want to be, right? And so to do that though, it takes the work, okay? And learning something, like that's the thing, like, oh, I don't know about shadow work. What am I supposed to do? Like go on YouTube, you know, purchase a Carl Jung book, and like, or the best way, like I said, if you don't know, is just getting that shadow work journal. Trust me, it's worth it. So let's pull an empowering question for Capricorns, and then we're going to close this out. So if you did like this reading, Capricorns, please do like, comment, and share with other people you think it might resonate with. And please subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot on YouTube so you get notifications of when new videos pop up. Also check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a more in-depth look at the week ahead. You know, sometimes my tarot is tough love tarot, okay? But that's the wonderful thing, because it's like you have all this wonderful energy. If you go back to your extended November, you can literally change the world, but it takes hard work, okay? And you're a hard worker. You have hard worker energy. It's just unfortunate that sometimes we don't want to face our fears. And here we go, empowering question. What is my worst fear? How does it limit my possibilities in life? All right, so if you want to start your shadow work journey, what is my worst fear? How does it limit my possibilities in life? Because there's something that keeps pulling you back, Capricorns, and whatever it is, you can liberate yourself from it, especially utilizing next week's energy with the new moon in Scorpio, okay? So sending you a lot of love. Keep your vibration high, do the work, and you got this, Capricorns.